What's up, guys? On today's episode, we're working on the Aprilia RS660 build. Hey, TJ. Yeah, we got a question. Okay, internet. What do you want to know? Yeah, we want to know about your fairings, dude. Oh, okay. You mean like who makes the fairings? Nah, I mean everything. Oh, yeah, okay. So you're tired of looking like every other bike out there on the road? Well, yeah. Are you worried about passing another bike on the beautiful roaming hillsides of Italy and it looks exactly like yours? That's my worst fear, dude. Are you sick of those hottie bike bunnies on Instagram not even giving you a like? Hey, she talks to me on OnlyFans. All right. Maybe those aftermarket fairings are right for you. All right, guys. On today's video, we're talking aftermarket fairings. We're going to go over some of the most popular name brand aftermarket fairings. We're going to go over the quality of an aftermarket fairing versus an OEM fairing. We're going to go over some cost analysis. Is the cost worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze, maybe? And we're going to go over other options if you're just looking to change the color or the look of your bike. Let's get into the video. Let's go. All right, guys, let's get into it. We're going to talk some different name brand options for aftermarket fairings. Now, mind you, I only have experience with one, so we'll hit that one first. Don't mind my tip sheet. There's quite a few options out there. I'm sure you guys already know about them. Quick Google search. You guys got this. First one is A-Moto part. A-Moto for short. This is an example one right here. That is what's currently on my RS660, my Aprilia. And experience so far has been really good, honestly. Customer service was great. If you guys haven't watched my other videos, if this is your first time on the channel, hey, what's up? TJ right here. I've heard many good things about Monster fairings. That seems to come up quite a bit, and even in like subreddits and stuff or Instagram, if someone's like, hey, I'm a Jigsaw Squid. What is the best aftermarket fairings to make my stuff stand out? You know, and everyone's like Monster fairings, kind of the go-to thing. What else we got? Carbon Works comes up quite a bit as well. Obviously, it's carbon fiber. Probably not the cheapest option. Probably not the most durable option. Let's face it, carbon looks badass. Do not get me wrong. Love me some carbon. But you definitely, I think durability might be an issue. More on that later. King Fairings. Never heard of that one until I did a little search. If you guys have any experience with any of these name brands, throw them in the comments. Maybe you can help out the next guy. ABS comes up. ABS fairings was another popular one. Again, no affiliation. No, never heard of them. Okay, what I can tell you, personal experience here. This is an A-Moto part aftermarket fairing. Front and back. This one just arrived in the mail. If you see my other videos, I was waiting on this. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know that this arrived, and I am pretty flippin' excited. The sales team, top notch. I have to say, every email I sent out was answered fairly promptly. Mind you, these are Chinese fairings, and as far as I know, most of these brands, if not all of them, are Chinese, obviously, except for the OEM. All the aftermarket fairings are Chinese, from what I could find. Again, my experience, really well. Sales team led me in the right direction. I had a few questions. I'll be really honest with you. So I bought the bike with the aftermarket fairings. There was a cracked aftermarket fairing on it. They said if you're not the original buyer, you know, it's going to be an issue to do any kind of warranty work. I did have all the information from the original seller. Again, shout out to the old owner, Ben, of this bike. He gave me all the info I needed. So I reached back out. They said, oh, yep, we found your order number. Yep, we see, you know, he bought it, blah, blah, blah. They were cool enough to still replace it even though I wasn't the original purchaser of the fairing. So super cool. They worked with me. End up getting this bad boy here. And we're going to put this on the bike. I'm pretty excited not to have a cracked fairing. Okay, next, let's get into the quality of the fairing. So right off the rip, Again, this is a small sample size of 1. I have seen friends with aftermarket fairings, and generally they feel cheaper. Let's face it. I do not want to flex this thing too much. It does feel brittle. Now, if you look at the OEM fairing, look at this, much more pliable, and it's definitely a better quality plastic. I think there's going to be a durability issue if you were just to like drop this at very low speeds, or let's say for some reason you dropped it in the driveway as you were leaving, or the bike just tipped over. Maybe your ex-girlfriend caught you liking that Bike Bunny stuff and just threw your bike on the ground. Okay, I do believe this is going to stand up way better to a little fall than this ever will. Okay, my biggest complaint on my aftermarket fairing, these feel durable enough, but the front fender I have, it feels like an eggshell. It kind of creaks. It's super stiff. This is my OEM Aprilia fender, and I feel like I could put this thing in a garbage disposal and it would probably be fine. Very flexible, great quality. I don't even mind the look. I hate that they do this hashtag be a racer slogan. Thanks, Aprilia. Now, mind you, it's not just a sticker. If you remove this, there's a whole spot that's a different texture. I wish they would have never did that. I would still be running my OEM fender. I digress. I'll get this off the table, actually. So, durability-wise, OEM is going to be king all day long. But with that said, there's a cost, okay? These are extremely expensive. I think I looked this up, just this fairing, and it was in like the $400 range. Yeah, OEM is expensive, no doubt. And also, if you just want to replace one, like if for some reason if you just had this one fairing to replace, yeah, maybe. They come with all the decals. I'm pretty sure of that. Don't quote me on that. I'm pretty sure they come with all the decals. You could just unbolt your busted one, bolt this bad boy on. You're good to go. If you want to change the whole look of your bike, I think you can get an entire fairing kit for under $700 at most places. That's pricing Monster, that's pricing A-Moto, and that's with shipping. So if something happened, you know, you low-sided your bike really bad on a track day and you just wanted some fairings, probably the most cost-effective way to do it. And you can customize it, make it look what you want. I know A-Moto has a few options. I think you can even email them and they'll work with you on like a custom color or something. Obviously, it's not something I've explored, but I believe that's something I have seen on Instagram. So, and it seems like Monster's that way too. Monster seems like it has a lot more options just from traveling to their website and kind of navigating through different colors. Now, that doesn't mean, you know, like King fairings or ABS fairings or A-Moto themselves couldn't paint you something that you wanted. Also, another point while I'm talking about that, this is molded plastic in one color. This is actually painted. This is paint over top of a more of a fiberglass feeling fender than a ultra high molded piece of plastic. This almost feels like my dirt bike plastics. So there's that. And that's probably where the cost comes into. Okay. So that's the cost. Oh, the other big thing I was going to add too is when you're ordering aftermarket fairings, generally there's a good size wait time. From the time I ordered one fairing to the time it was painted and got to my door, I should have counted before this video. I'll put a number here to correct myself in editing. But it was about a month and some change for one piece. Now, I don't know if they have something in stock and they just, you pay the money, they slap it on the you know, on the Chinese Airbus, it gets here and they FedEx it the rest of the way to your door. That I don't know. But again, I'm going to go back. I was rather surprised at the customer service from Amoto. So kudos to you, Amoto. Awesome. Okay. Other options. There are other options. So previous to this, if you guys haven't watched my video, 12 years ago, I had one of the street bike, Gixxer, stretched lower Gixxer 600. Laugh at me, LOL. I bought it like that. The OEM fairings were painted. So you're basically getting a painted fairing with OEM quality. And nothing's going to fit like an OEM piece. So that's also an option. You could vinyl wrap your OEM plastics. If I didn't get the bike with the Amoto fairings on it, I might have considered that as well. You still get the durability, like I said. You get to change the color so you don't look like any other squid out there. That's a great option. And I don't know about the cost, if it's cheaper to pay somebody to wrap this or not. You have to talk to your local shop. Or if you go on Amazon, you're like, hey, I'm going to kick back a couple beers one night. I'm going to order some Vivid vinyl wrap, have it primed to my door, and I'm going to wrap this thing myself. Good for you. A heat gun, a lot of patience, clean these bad boys. You could probably make it good enough. I could probably wrap this myself. I probably could. I know you guys were asking specifically. Now, if you specifically wanted to know about my fitment on my RS660, it's been pretty damn good. The biggest question I got is about my gas tank cover. And that's also what was my biggest concern when ordering from Amoto. So you get the full kit. I'll put a picture up right here. But you get the full kit. Front, rear fenders. And it looks like a gas tank. Well, it's just a shell that fits over top. It's a molded piece of plastic. It just goes over top of it. A lot of people ask, do you double side tape it down? Do you adhere it with something? Excuse me. So no, it is just friction fit. And I'll show you guys in just a minute. That bad boy is on there. It's on there. It does raise a little bit up taller on the gas cap, and there is a little seam at the bottom. I got lucky. The bike is obviously black. 2024 Aprilia RS660, if you were wondering. It is black. So the little tiny gap at the bottom of my gas tank isn't noticeable one bit with this color scheme. Now, if you got acid yellow and you're going blue, yeah, there's going to be a little bit of acid yellow coming through. A fix to that, I've seen a lot online, is guys will order a piece of vinyl, let's say blue, black. Black's probably the easiest one because it'll blend with everything. And just run a piece of vinyl around the bottom of your gas tank, friction fit that tank cover over, boom, it just looks like a little black seam. If you have two very contrasting colors, yes, I can see that. I'm going to take you to my bike. I'm going to show you guys a couple spots of what I'm talking about personally on my bike. Personally, let's do that right now. All right, guys. So this is what I was talking about. So it does lift up. And it just friction fits on there. I mean, it is on there. I'm not going to remove it all the way. But as you can see, it just friction fits. And it is flipping on there, guys. Like, this thing is not coming off. This is no joke. So the friction fit is really, really good. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to remove mine. Yeah, I'll grab the, actually, I'm not going to remove mine. What I will do is I'll get some footage walking around this. I know my head's cut off and I couldn't get a better view because the bike's currently hanging from my freaking ceiling. If you want to know why it's hanging from my ceiling, check out my other video. But this is as far as I'm going to take it off. This thing looks like it was a freaking, oh, there it goes. Looks like it was a pain to get on. I'm not going to take it all the way off. but I'll lift it up a little bit. So it's just friction fits on there. It kind of wants to come off a little bit. I'm not gonna force it. My luck, I'll hurt something. I don't want to do it. So it just friction fits on. It is on there really, really snug. There is no adhesive. There is no Velcro. There's no nothing. It's just a friction fit. And it's a good friction fit. Kudos to you, a Motopart. This thing is molded really well. Really, really well. That was the biggest concern for the Aprilia guys, in my opinion. I wouldn't hesitate to buy it. I have seen a couple people complain about some fitment, like I said, at the bottom here of the tank, that it shows the other color. Again, if you have two very contrasting colors, throw a strip of vinyl around that bad boy. Tuck it under, lift the tank, tuck it under nice and neat, get a heat gun. Don't go crazy because it's a flipping gas tank. Get some heat on it, and you'll be fine. Put a little bit of black around it. No one will ever see it. So I like the friction fit. Hope that answered a few questions on the Aprilia stuff. Super quick because I don't want this video to get too long. I would buy from AM Moto Parts again. Kudos to you guys. Great sales team. Shipping, you know, on their half, like, you couldn't get any better. I got tracking right away. They told me, hey, that tracking number is not going to work for a few days. That is A-okay. If you don't hear from, or you don't get an update in X amount of time, you know, email us back. But every step of the way, I had a great experience. Hopefully you guys have great experiences with whoever you choose. Monster, ABS, King, even the Carbon. Not cost effective, not very durable. Looks sexy? Yeah, probably. I mean, Carbon's awesome. I'm going to jump back to the bike. I'm going to do some filming today. Thanks so much for watching. Let's get back to the table. You're going to have to ask yourself, are aftermarket fairings right for you? You did give us a lot to think about. And if there's anything else I missed or you have any more questions, what are you going to do? Oh, leave a comment. All right. And are you going to like the video and think about subscribing? If this video doesn't suck, we might. Okay. Fair point. Thanks so much for watching the video, guys. I truly hope you guys like this one. Again, if I missed any questions or something, I didn't answer yours, put it in the comments. Also, super curious, guys. I'm going to get back to rocking and rolling, like right now, on this Aprilia RS660 build. And really curious if you guys just want to see a time lapse of me just rock through this build and get it together. Or if you guys actually want to see like individual parts going on. I'm totally down to do that. That's going to kind of stretch this out to a multi-video kind of build series. Or assembly videos, I should say. I enjoy both styles. I enjoy watching time lapses, and I also enjoy, you know, step by step. If you guys want to leave a comment, please tell me what you guys want to see. I can even do a video I did on like the pit bike of like I lay out individual parts and we kind of talk about it. I'll also start posting some pictures on Instagram story. So follow me on Instagram if you don't. Fresh to Death TJ. I'll leave the link down video description. So, all right, enough rambling. I only got so much daylight to burn on this build today. We're going to jump back on it. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one. Later.